morning, good afternoon,
or possibly good evening, depending on what time you're tuning into the
Side Project Podcast.
What do we have for today,
Well,
Chaz?
Fresh Prince rebooting as a drama. Do we need it?
Oh boy,
Ain't that right?
We're talking the Exorcist remake reboot that'll possibly turn your head around.
Wow, another reboot, you say?
That's right. Hollywood has finally run out of ideas.
Wow, Guillermo del Toro's working on a Pinocchio reboot.
Well, I'll tell you, that's exciting news.
It is. Wonder how large his nose will grow.
Wait, his what?
Yeah, that's right. X-Men, Deadpool, Disney rated R sections.
Find out on the next Side Project
That's
Podcast.
right.
I wonder if my eyes will shut.
Hey, hey.
I forgot we're doing this again.
Hey, I was too busy looking at my thighs.
Thick thighs save lives. Remember that
Hold on,
hashtag.
stop the music. We're going ASMR right off the bat.
Chris.
Okay, bring it back. Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome to another episode.
40.
We're doing another episode.
You want to do it?
Yeah,
Yeah?
another episode.
Okay, you want to actually want to
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes!
welcome back to another episode of the Side Project Podcast. That was real reminiscent of the whole X-Pac.
Dude, D-Generation X, dude, DX.
Rage Against the Machine doing the music.
D-Generation X! Remember that,
It was epic, dude. I think that was right around the time that I was like still deciding if we're still living in a fantasy or if wrestling
dude.
was still real.
Yeah, I didn't know. When I was younger, dude, I thought Rock was out there rock bottoming people for real, dude. I thought Stone Cold was over here stunning people for real. I was
I was always
man.
curious though. Now that they always ask us to like question stuff, like how come we never got the answer to what The Rock was really cooking?
Yeah, I don't quite understand. I'm still, how many years later? I don't know. I couldn't give you a number, but I'm still trying to figure out exactly what The Rock was cooking.
You know what was kind of funny though? I think his eyebrow went up like that.
Once it went up, you started smelling a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, I was like, "Do you smell what The Rock is cooking?" I was like, "I'm not quite sure." And then he goes,
Was it a luau? Was it like island food? 'Cause,
Exactly,
like,
dude. But the minute he went, I was like, oh, I smell it. I smell it. All of a sudden, I smell it.
I mean, I mainly smelled macaroni and cheese and with broccoli because that's what I like to eat.
Maybe that's what your mom was cooking back then. So you're like, oh shit, The Rock. You associated with it. You're like, oh fuck, The Rock eats macaroni and cheese like I do. You know, you never know, dude. You never know, man. Dude, today we're talking a little bit about some reboots. We talked about reboots in the past before
remakes.
Because Hollywood.
Depending on how you want to.
Yeah, depending on how you want to word it, I guess. I mean, apparently there's a difference between a reboot and a remake, but I feel like they're kind of the same thing.
Reboot,
but I don't know.
The remakes tend to have some kind of attachment to the original story or storyline, or have some way somehow.
Or is it the other way around?
Actor.
I always get confused. I never know which
Tomato,
one.
tomato,
Reboot,
potato.
Remake. If you're remaking something,
That's why I said that.
yeah, I think you're right. Wait, but if you're wait, if you reboot.
No, look, time out.
I digress.
If I agree to disagree, because rebooting is just like it's a continuation. Oh no, so damn, would that be?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It gets confused. As you start explaining it to
Total
yourself,
mindfuck
you're like,
right
wait a minute, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, dude. But anyway, dude, I don't. One of the things that's been going around a lot. I mean, this has been like a rumor for a long time though, like years actually. That the Fresh Prince was gonna get a reboot, and originally I believe it was.
He ran out of ideas.
I know, right? Originally it was with what's his name? Jaden. I believe the original rumor was that Jaden was gonna take over. And it was gonna be like a reboot, a whole Fresh Prince complete reboot with Jaden as Will's character. I believe that was the original, what they were going for.
Yeah, which would have made sense. I mean, considering that's his offspring.
Yeah,
and
but
stuff.
Now they're saying it's going to be rebooted as a drama with Will Smith. Will Schmidt.
I don't know who Will Schmidt is.
Will Smith will be attached to it.
Okay.
But I believe
attached
it was.
to it in what sense though? Like,
I'm
is
not
he gonna
quite
just
sure.
be like have more of a hands-on?
I'm not quite sure. I wish I would have looked up more
going?
about it. But do you know where this stemmed from? Right on Instagram, I think it was Instagram. May have been Facebook. I don't know, but I know it went around on
Possibly
all social
Twitter.
media as well. Where I think it was just a fan created trailer of the Fresh Prince in a drama format. Did you ever see that? You ever hear about that?
Yeah, but you know what? Okay, so like
It was just like a fan made thing that went around, and I guess Will saw it and was like, "Yo, let's do this for real."
damn, that's all it takes sometimes, just sparking an idea. I mean, there's a lot of moving pieces to it. I think that, like, I get it's going to be more of a drama this time, which it was always kind of a drama, but just with, like, heavy comedy, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was definitely a comedy, but it definitely had drama in it, too. Dude, like that one scene, bro. I'm sorry to cut you off. my favorite scene.
I'm used to it.
Where he was crying because his dad didn't want him.
Yeah, that was really him crying. Like that was unplanned.
That was it was improv too.
Yeah,
it was improv. Yeah. I believe it was Uncle Phil.
Man, that should give me
rest in peace, right man. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil. Seriously, rest in peace, James Avery, for real though. I'm not even quoting J. Cole right now. I'm being dead serious. Like James Avery was a great actor. Dude.
What was it? Air date was in the 90s, right?
Huh? Yeah, it aired in the 90s, ended in 96, had a 6-year run, dude.
Yeah.
6-season run. I believe the story went that James had told Will to like,
amp it up.
Yeah, like bring it from the heart, man. And I think it was a little bit of improv in there, and it just came out so natural, dude.
Yeah.
This to me, man, I won't spend too much time on it. It's just like don't think we need it, dude. I don't think this is something that should happen, dude.
I think I'd be open to it if more original cast were gonna be involved, obviously like the Hillarys and all that. But my biggest thing that'd be real hard to watch it is just no matter who they even try to put as Uncle Will, if they do an Uncle Will type of situation. Phil. I'm sorry.
Phil, yeah.
Very similar. So
Phil, yeah. Will, Phil.
If they do decide to do that, like whoever they put to replace him, it's going to be kind of rough because I'm not going to look at it the same.
It's not. Yeah, you can't. There's just certain things that you can't beat, and I don't think the Fresh Prince, in my opinion, I don't
Your
think
meat
the Fresh
is one of them, but the Fresh Prince,
yeah,
not
definitely.
So much.
The Fresh Prince just cannot. You can't beat it.
Yeah,
dude.
I think it was past its time now too.
Leave it. It's a classic. It just don't touch it. I don't have any other words. Just don't touch
same
it.
thing could have been said after Bad Boys 2 though, right? And they went into 3, and that was
which 3 didn't do as good. Which I believe it's on. What is it on now? It's on
Rotten Tomatoes.
No. It's on. It's on one of the streaming services. Is it Netflix, Hulu? I think it's on Hulu now.
Yeah,
it's on one of them. I don't know.
It has to be Hulu.
I think it's Hulu. It's not Netflix. Yeah, I think it's Hulu. I'll get around to watching it, but I heard it didn't do great. So I mean, just whatever. We want to know, what do you guys think? Are you actually open for this? I mean, not a lot of the times, but there's a good time. There's a good mix, a 50-50 mix of when we talk us. And to our audience, like people tend to disagree with us on certain things, and I think it's because it's a generational thing. It's a generational thing too, though.
Yeah,
you know
we're 90s kids. We're 90s babies.
Exactly, we're 90s babies, and some of our audience, some of our viewers, are people that tune in. Which thank you, by the way, are not the same age as us. They're a couple years behind, a different generation. So they're into like seeing what their generation would do with something.
Which I think they would have to,
ruin a classic.
If that would work, I think it would have to adapt to their times or the times nowadays. So
I'm sure it will. You know what I mean? Guaranteed. Yeah.
So which means the style. Honestly, a lot of it came from the style, dude.
Yeah.
I love the way Will dressed.
Fresh Prince.
I personally wouldn't.
It's even just fresh. The word fresh.
I wouldn't so much dress like that. But maybe we should do an episode where we dress up.
Dude, let's do. We did a 90s episode before.
You'd be perfect for Carlton, dude.
You think so? I could do the dancing, bro.
No, because you had your little $200 boat shoes and all that.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, come on, bro.
Dude, I could do it, bro.
We're gonna do it. It's gonna be our first cosplay.
We did a 90s episode, by the way. Shameless plug right now. Yeah. We did a 90s episode. Don't remember what episode it is right now, but I'll put a little thumbnail up, and then I'll put the thing. I think it goes up. Where does it go? It goes up above your head. Yeah, where you can click.
Well, it's big enough, right? So
that's right. It goes.
I know size matters.
It goes right here.
You're smaller.
It's right here. You guys can click that. You click that, and you can watch that episode. But speaking of like we just said, generational things that we shouldn't reboot. Probably our parents, for instance, that would be their generation. The original 1973, The Exorcist is probably something that they would say, which I do agree with, though, is something that shouldn't be rebooted. I don't think it should be.
Which I think right now the complaint is, or it was said that they were labeling it as a remake when it's really just a reboot.
Yeah, there's that comes in with that remake, reboot. What does it all exactly mean? Comes into play, but this one is supposedly it's happening again.
It's being developed by Morgan Creek Productions that rebranded themselves as entertainment
group instead of productions, and apparently it's planned for theatrical release in 2021. But who knows where the world's going to be? So plan is the key word here.
That it's such for that time that it has such a huge impact on the horror community, and like I know a lot of those fans. It's a classic, and it's kind of one of those things. Oh, dude, it freaked me out when I first saw it.
It didn't. I see, because I saw it later in my life, dude.
Yeah,
where I was already a little older.
Maybe this is where there's not so much a misunderstanding, but like let me clarify. It didn't freak me out like in a sense that like, oh my god, I'm so scared. Like I never want to watch a scary movie again. But I was around a lot of like trippy stuff growing up, dude.
Yeah,
so there was like a lot of little things that
I got you. My dad too, and I think that may be a contributing factor to why he's like, I won't watch The Exorcist ever again.
And we're obviously everybody knows that like I'm half Salvadorian and half Mexican and part American, depending how you want to do a split, whatever.
Like those women that are like, I'm a quarter this and then 3/4 that and then I'm 14% this and 14 over this. I got a little bit of everything in me. I bet you do on a Saturday night. Yeah. What was it? What happened?
I was gonna try to spin my head, but it was just too much. My mom, she's from her side of the family is from Salvador, dude, and they used to watch movies like in this old school theater, dude. It was wooden benches.
Oh shit, dude.
And these fucks, dude.
Oh shit. Yeah.
You're in the middle of an intense moment and like a suspenseful moment, like watching an Exorcist, and all of a sudden just grabbing your legs or something.
Hell no, dude.
Dude, it was
no.
You're a little flabby there, dude.
Yeah, I'm getting. I've been eating a lot of in and out again lately. But
you've been using your right, huh?
I'm bulking while I'm cutting, but I'm also cutting while I'm bulking. I'm eating a lot, but I'm also leaning. But I'm also working out a lot. Cutting since 2016, like the Hodge twins. The Exorcist TV show. Apparently, there was a TV show. I did not know this. I don't know how this just completely went in one ear and out the other.
2017?
Apparently, it wrapped up in 2-season run on Fox. That's probably why, though. Honestly, I haven't had cable. Shit, dude. I couldn't tell you last time I actually paid for cable.
I've been streaming for a long time.
Last time I paid for cable when I lived with my dad.
Shop days?
Damn, dude. Yeah, probably. I mean,
even shop days?
No. Actually, even then, when I lived in my dad's back house at one point, totally getting personal, a little too personal, but it's okay. I didn't have cable back in his back house either.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's got to be at least 10 years, dude.
Yeah, that's rough, dude.
Yeah, I think.
But so even then, you would have figured we would have heard something come out of that.
He did, and he still does, I think, to this day. But I don't. I use everything on the internet, Yeah. I didn't even know there was an Exorcist TV show, dude. You guys let us know if you knew. I didn't even know. Yeah. But apparently it had a 2-season run, and it wrapped up in 2017. Which, hey, this is interesting, though. This is fucking interesting. So, okay, like we said, Morgan, we got all sidetracked with all the stories and everything. So, Morgan Creek Productions, I guess now, Entertainment Group, apparently, are going to be reportedly 2021 planned for theaters, rebooting The Exorcist or remaking. We'll find out.
We have an interesting little tweet here.
They have a tweet throwing it up on the screen.
11:07 a.m. September 28, 2015 is the day we found out they were lying.
Yes. For the record, we will never attempt to remake The Exorcist. And then here they are, 2021, remaking The Exorcist. So, Hollywood for you, right?
Times are tough.
Hollywood for you, man. Were you ever a fan of Pinocchio?
I was a huge fan of Pinocchio.
Huge fan of Pinocchio, dude. Yeah. Like when his nose grows completely all the way out there, like I was that length of a fan, dude. I think we were watching
the wrong Pinocchio.
Where is Geppetto? He bent over a little bit, and Pinocchio was like, "Oh, I don't want to do this," but he did it anyway. Yeah. Was that the same one we watched?
Yeah, I think so.
I watched that one. Yeah, watched that one when I was 7.
Which pays tribute to the original Pinocchios that are very dark.
Yes. The original Pinocchio, the Disney one, obviously that's the most famous one that we all grew up on and we all love, and I really do. I love it, dude. I have it. I own it to this day. I watch it every once in a great while. At least maybe like once a year.
Geppetto,
Jiminy Cricket, Monstro.
You hit that one perfect, dude. That was awesome.
I actually I watch Pinocchio probably like once a year. I really, really love Pinocchio. I like the Pinocchio ride at Disneyland too. I don't care. I'm a child at heart. But Guillermo del Toro is taking his stab. I'm gonna have to edit the shit out of that. That's for sure.
That was super high pops.
Guillermo del Toro taking a stab at a darker version, which is the original version. By the way, I don't know for people that may not know, all the Disney like fairy tales, they all come from a dark background where they're like really dark, dude.
Yeah.
And like gory and like just, you know what I mean? I want to see more movies.
Even Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah,
that was a fucking
The Jungle
crazy
Book
one.
even was the one that Andy Serkis did on Netflix.
Yeah,
I never got to watch it in full. I've only seen like clips.
Which I'll say the Netflix. I wear
contacts and my contacts are fucking up right now.
The Netflix release was a hell of a lot better than the actual movie release.
Yeah.
Remember there was.
The Disney one. Yeah.
Bro,
I like the Disney one though, but I know it's a different story. It's a different take.
Yeah,
so
still though,
and that's what's happening with Guillermo del Toro, and I'm totally stoked on this. He's basing it off the Grim Grizzly design from his 2002 edition of the 1883 Italian novel by Carlo.
You gotta say Italiano. You gotta say it with an accent, buddy, because you're Italian.
Italiano novel.
Why you gotta?
It's okay. I can do it because that's my family.
It's like a turtle.
But yeah, and the cast was announced, dude. And you guys ready for this? This is a star-studded fucking cast. And probably in post, I'll throw up pictures while I'm saying them. So let's get right into it. Tilda Swinton, Christoph Waltz, Kate Blanchett, Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things. Well, I like him, actually. He's a really good actor. John Turturro from The Batman. Ron Perlman, dude. Hellboy, the original Hellboy.
Tim Blake.
Ooh, Tim Blake. David Bradley from the Game of Thrones. Never watched Game of Thrones. I know people are going to be like, what? What?
Burn Gorman. Fuck, you threw me off.
Burn Gorman from Pacific Rim. And a newcomer, Gregory Mann. And also Ewan McGregor. Jesus, I can't speak today, dude.
Will be Jiminy Cricket.
Jiminy Cricket. Perfect. I think that's perfect, dude. Voicing Jiminy Cricket. Pinocchio will be heading straight to Netflix, which is what I like to hear, man.
Yeah, you know what? And this is actually a really good point, or I feel that it's a good point, right? So Disney obviously has its restrictions because it's like a family-friendly dark. We don't want you to know what's going on type of thing.
We got something to talk about later, a little bit later.
But Netflix doesn't have restrictions at least not as much as a Disney would have because their brand is just
not like
everything.
a Disney. Yeah, Disney is everybody come over here and play with me.
Yeah, we have
play with my toys that come to life. Which, by the way, you realize how much darker Toy Story 1 was in comparison to all the other ones? You notice that they never did anything like that again?
Yeah.
Where Sid was like taking toys apart and doing like they never did anything like that ever again in any of the Toy Stories.
Which again,
I wonder if somebody came in and was like, "I'm fucking offended by this." You know?
I don't really care, dude. This is it's our pod. We've always said it from the beginning.
Fucking offended
that we're gonna do things to say things that.
No, I was talking about people being upset with Disney for Sid destroying toys and remaking them, and they also had a lot of sexual innuendos in the Toy Story ones, and I believe on Disney Plus they took those out.
Right?
I think Woody and Bo Peep, right? And then also Barbie and Ken had some exchanges, and I believe if you guys go look in D Plus, they took those out. They cut them out.
You know what's fucking hilarious? I have. Oh my god!
Tell
dude.
me, and I'm ready to laugh.
And I know the retro community is gonna fucking love it, dude. I believe it's my auntie's house. We have a stack of the original VHS tape before they got like remastered and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah.
So it wasn't so much of a laugh. But
I'm waiting for the punchline.
I have some of those VHSs. Some of the original VHSs.
Hey, you know some of those are worth a lot of money, right?
Oh yeah.
There's certain like the platinum editions or some shit like that are worth a lot of money. I called my grandma when I found that out. I was like, "Grandma, there's some of these are going for like $4,000." She was like, "I'll look
I would have
in the
said,
garage."
"Grandma, you know what? I want to relive my childhood. Would you have
I
those
told her.
that I could have?"
I split it with you, Grandma. Don't trap. You know what I mean? Don't trap. I got you.
How many applesauces
all these years. Don't trap.
Like, you know how much $4,000 apples like?
Yeah, dude. She might. Hey. You know what? We're doing it early. Let's get into this week's cosplay of the week. Or actually, you know what?
I'm just gonna do everything. I'm gonna do like X-Pac all the time.
It's actually a creepy cosplay of the week. So you know what?
It's very fitting.
If I can find and post some creepy music, I'll add it. Let's redo that intro into the creepy intro. If I have creepy music, I'll throw it in post. If you guys hear it, hey, there it goes. Ready? Oh, this week. Oh God, no! Cosplay of the week. Oh my God!
Which again, we found via horror_sketches.
Yeah, shout out to the people at Horror Sketches. We're in cahoots with them very often. We're always exchanging words and talking to each other about things.
I've
really
had
good
many
people over there.
sleepless nights with a lot of the ring stuff that they post.
Crazy. Do you see the flamingo one?
Oh, dude,
that was dope, dude. That's crazy. Can you imagine that though?
No, I'd shit my pants.
Yeah, shit, dude. If I saw a giant flamingo. You know what I mean? But this week's that blow your ears out. Hey, like you said, found via Horror Sketches, and this week's cosplay of the week is none other than Twisty the Clown by LaRock.artistry on Instagram, and I'm assuming it is LaRock, not like LA Rock, because I believe Canadian from Canada,
LaRock.
Yeah. Twisty the Clown from American Horror Story. Did you ever watch that season?
Yeah, vaguely. I didn't really watch
get
it
into
too much.
that season.
Honestly,
I love American Horror Story.
Yeah,
to be honest
I fell off of a lot of American Horror Story stuff.
They are on Netflix and Hulu. You can choose where you want to watch it. I do recommend. I'll give you a list. We'll talk about it off camera. I'll give you a list of my favorite seasons.
He passed
and you
away,
can check
right? The actor who played Twisty.
I think he did.
Yeah,
I think so. I think I saw something like that
on a previous
episode. So anyway, we'll throw it back up on the scring. LaRock.artistry. Give them a follow.
Yeah,
and you could look at this.
Jesus, dude.
Ooh, and she is a makeup artist. I don't think she technically is a cosplayer, but she is a makeup artist that does this amazing work. So this is a double whammy, dude. We're giving shout outs to the cosplay because she is dressing up like Twisty the Clown. So technically it is a cosplay, but we're shouting out her makeup work, man. Look at this. All of this is phenomenal. Did all of this, dude. Look at the hair. Look at the head right there. You guys can see it right above the forehead. You know what I mean? Where the scalp is. Look at that. The blood dropping down. You got the clown makeup going on as well.
Like Twisty was getting scalped.
Yeah, I've only seen bits and pieces, forgive me, of that American Horror Story season, so I don't know the whole background to it, but I clearly, obviously know Twisty the Clown. And you know what? We don't do this often, but we are going to throw up another picture. But change the picture. If you swipe, look at this, dude. The teeth. Look at the mouthpiece on this, dude. Jesus. Watch your mouth. Crazy, man. Crazy. I like the contacts, too. See the contacts?
Yeah.
The yellow contacts going in there. A little bit more yellow on the close-up. A little bit more of a hazelish, yellow, greenish type thing going on the other one with the fucking thing, the mask thing there going on.
Yeah, dude, and that second picture, dude. Like just even within the mouth, the jaw. Like how do you eat?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that'd be my concern. Like imagine like seriously, and maybe you could answer this for us. The length of time it takes to make the makeup, everything go into effect, and then just like bam, guess what? I want a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich or something.
Yeah, you know serious. If like, you go,
do you have a sippy straw like out the side?
Yeah, dude.
Like,
if you go to LaRock.artistry on Instagram, in the caption for this specific photo, it has written like all the stuff that was used, all the tools and everything, and the makeup and everything that was used. So if you're interested in that, you can definitely find it. Thank you, horror_sketches, as always, for posting and featuring this amazing stuff and enabling us to find it and then feature it on our podcast.
Encouraging my bowel movements at the middle of the night.
Exactly.
Appreciate that.
And shout out to LaRock.artistry. Go give LaRock.artistry a follow for this amazing work on Twisty the Clown.
You look at the second one, it said that was her entry for the
Witchy Comp
2020.
2020. Wookie. Who knows? We'll find out.
Woochie, yeah.
Yep. Great job. Your cosplay of Twisty the Clown from American Horror Story is frighteningly amazing.
Yeah, definitely deserve that double whammy right there because that made a difference with the jaw off. Right there. Get back to me on how you eat mid makeup, please,
dude. XMen. Okay, we're going. You know our transitions from absolute horror, crazy shit right into Disney. And I say this because Disney Plus XMen animated show from the '90s, amazing. I've watched a couple episodes since D Plus came back. Yeah. Absolutely, I used to love that, dude. That watched it with my dad all the time. Had all my figurines together. I had all of those ones, the '90s ones, which I want to recollect those,
as
dude.
much as we talk about X-Men, I'm really dying to see Gambit come back.
Yeah, we need something with Gambit, which I have some X-Men comics. We should have put them up today since we're talking about it.
The ones that I showed you, right? My brother actually got them.
I have they're right here. They're off camera. People can't see them. Should have put them up. We won't spend too much time on this, but it's just Larry Houston, the series boss from the 90s, the original, has said that he has been in talks with D Plus for a revival of the animated show coming back, dude.
You know what that sounds like?
What does that sound like?
That sounds like, get my money right, and I'll come back and do this job.
Yeah, again. Dude. Get it right. Also, stay true. I hope it stays true to the animation and everything. I hope they don't go.
Please give him let him have as much creative control that he needs to make sure that it's very reminiscent of the early 90s stuff that we watched and enjoy it as kids.
Which I wonder if D Plus, I don't know. I wonder if D Plus edited anything. I wonder if Disney edited anything from those days, because I believe there was some stuff that I think, from just the top of my head that I can think of right now, that Disney probably wouldn't be okay with from that show back in the day. You know what I mean? Like a certain gory things or some stuff like that. You know, who knows?
I think that'd be okay.
Yeah. I hope they keep it true. Oh, dude, speaking of X-Men, real quick, did you know the original X-Men movie from Bryan Singer from back in the day, the early 2000s, I believe it was, right? That Michael Jackson campaigned to play Professor X. Michael Jackson wanted to play Professor X.
It makes sense because of the bleaching. He was already prepping his skin.
He was already getting it going.
For Professor X?
Yep.
That was not going to work. That would have been horrible.
Yeah.
That probably would have killed that franchise.
He also wanted to be Spider-Man, by the way. Did you know that one too? He wanted to purchase Spider-Man,
there
and
was
then
a lot
be
of speculation
Spider-Man.
about the stuff that he did on his ranch. I'm not
But
gonna get into that.
he was never even considered, by the way, by production for that X-Men. He was never considered.
And that's crazy though, because he's such a powerful, or was such an impactful person that you figured.
Which rest in peace. We make jokes here, as everybody knows. We make jokes on everything, so don't get offended by one thing.
No one or nothing is off limits.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
The whole point is
we
that,
dig Michael Jackson. Who doesn't? You know what I mean? And R.I.P. I was gonna say some conspiracy stuff, but we'll leave that off the side project podcast for now. He was never considered, but he was like, "I'll wear makeup." He was like doing anything and everything he could to try to
really be a part of that franchise,
try to make that happen. And apparently, Shaq and Mariah Carey wanted to be a part of that X-Men movie too.
Mariah Carey, you know what? She could have been the I forget the name for that specific character, the one that has that sonic boom voice. When they hit the fucking,
who is that again?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I can't remember the name right now. I'm drawing a blank.
I mean, she can't hold a note worth a damn now. So back then it would have been good for her.
You know, Shaq probably could have been Colossus.
Yeah,
Shaq probably could have been Colossus.
Yes. Which by
Shaq
the way,
have the acting
did
chops.
you know that Colossus was based off of me? Because like I'm
that's the you know, steel stuff coming on. Yeah, but anyway,
you know what? There's a lot of potential. You know what? We always say, do we need this? We should start a segment called "Aren't We Glad?" Right? Aren't we glad that did not happen? Because no, I'm telling you,
Mariah
dude,
Carey, dude.
No, I don't. Dude. Honestly, I
Shaq,
can't care.
No, I'm cool.
Yeah,
I like Shaq. Don't get me wrong. He's funny.
Can't hit a free throw for shit.
But back then too, Shaq wasn't as experienced as he is with I think Hollywood stuff and
you know what I
acting
think
and
it
doing the
was.
stuff that he does,
I think his rap career got the best of him.
Yeah.
But that's a different story for a different segment.
It is what it is, man. Seth Rogen sees Marvel movies as competition to comedy films. I disagree. Since we're talking about X-Men and stuff, I thought that was kind of fitting. I know I just threw that in out of nowhere. People are like, wait a minute, what? I thought we were talking about X-Men. Well, it's still in the group. You know what I mean?
I love Seth Rogen.
I don't think so, dude.
I disagree on this one.
He claims that like Marvel's so good with their storytelling and in throwing in their comedic stuff, which they are. They do have a lot of like good comedy stuff.
Mm-hmm. A lot of good one-liners.
Yeah, but that's just what it is to me. Like you kind of nailed it. It's a lot of good one-liners and like comedic touches, but they're not like comedy films. They're not labeled as comedy films, comedy movies. They're not big budget comedic films, dude. I still think that there's definitely room for a Superbad, a 40-Year-Old Virgin, a can you think of any other Seth Rogen movies off the top?
That would have worked in this time.
Yeah, people are so sensitive, dude. Superbad's a classic.
Superbad
is such a classic, dude. Superbad, the 40-Year-Old Virgin. I'm drawing blanks right now, dude. I'm such a fan. Was Half Baked to Seth Rogen?
No, it's not Seth Rogen, but it's a comedy.
No, I'm
movie.
naming Seth Rogen movies specifically because he said it. But
yeah, but you know what I'm saying though? Like he said. You know,
you guys
Pineapple
get it
Express.
Though. Yeah, Pineapple Express. Yeah, there's still room. I mean, come on, like, it doesn't even have to be Seth Rogen films. But I was just naming Seth Rogen ones because we're talking about Seth Rogen. But I just big budget comedy films in general. Any big budget comedy films, like I get what he's saying, but I disagree, dude. I think you guys are so good at your comedy films that there's still room, dude.
Yeah,
there's
and
still
even
room.
Even then, you're in your own lane. You're comparing action.
And they're owned by like Disney, dude. They're limited
this,
with like the comedic stuff that they can do.
I prefer raw Seth Rogen
me too.
comedy.
I prefer Superbad style comedy is in my
comedy,
ballpark.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like in your balls. Like
It definitely does come from my balls though. Like if you see my comedy and my comedic effect and the touch that I have and the interactions, you see that it comes from the balls, man. No, I'm just kidding. You see that it is Superbad, Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, Adam Sandler. Those are, you know what I mean? Those are like Kevin James, you know, King of Queens.
That actually
is in my ballpark. That's
actually a good example right there, right? Like Adam Sandler,
Ryan Reynolds, which we're gonna talk about.
Disney.
Yeah. I should have brought that up and made a smooth transition, but I totally didn't.
That's all right.
It's all right. You want to jump right into it then? Because I fucked that transition up.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
Sad
right
news.
now, happening. I don't know is the literal quote from Ryan Reynolds, dude.
Yeah.
Which we had spoke about Deadpool a lot, actually, a few times when it made the transition over to D+, and there was like nothing but,
you know how it goes. You remember
though.
my fear, and I fucking called it. I forget what episode it was, but I said it when we were talking about it. As soon as there was rumors for them to buy Deadpool, I was like, dude, this is the end of Deadpool.
Yeah, you did. You did call it, and I was like, no, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do something different.
They're not gonna change the fact that it's R-rated.
Yeah, they're gonna do something different. They promised, but like as time went on, you know how it goes. Disney, they're eating up everything. They're like, oh, give me some of this. And then they're like, oh, give me some of that.
They're definitely,
they're like, I want dessert. Ah!
They definitely got Park Place, Boardwalk,
in
Monopoly right
dude.
now.
Oh, yeah, dude. And we're trying to buy stuff, but we don't got the fucking money. And I keep landing on the shit. I keep having to pay for it, you know? Like, I already pay the street, bringing it back. I already pay the $6 every month for the thing, for this and that, for the D+. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, you landed on Mulan. $30. Haha. You like that? Oh, you like that? You feel good about that analogy.
Out, boy,
I feel good about that analogy. So, yeah, Ryan Reynolds says, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, there was a lot of struggle from the beginning with that movie, even transitioning over to Disney, just because like they were going to take away his creative, more of his creative control. So
Disney
like,
is controlling, dude. You knew that, yeah.
There was a lot of little things that I called, and I kind of knew.
You did call it. You did
had
call
to worry about it.
Yep.
You know.
So
would you like
though.
to tell them now that I'm right, or would you want to wait till later?
You are. You're right. This is where the music plays, where it's like, oh. Exactly. But who knows, man? Maybe there is a tiny glimmer of hope somewhere, somehow, inside a little crevice somewhere. Because speaking of R-rated content and Disney,
I really hope they don't shelf that.
I hope not, dude. It's too big. It's an awesome franchise with a lot of like that breaking the fourth wall. It's just there's so much potential, dude. We spoke about it before. But Disney has pretty much been pointing their fingers at anything that they want and going, buy that, buy that.
Well, I mean, they're such a huge empire. I don't blame them.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And a lot of productions under those studios that they've already bought. And of course, I'm certain right now they're losing a ton of money. Not that really, I mean, I'm sure they're taking.
Everybody's losing money.
Everybody's losing money. And I'm certain that Disney's taking a fall. I know they are. But I'm certain that they still have like a shitload of money that able to be spent. But they're definitely going to have to make a comeback with certain things. So who knows if they're going to be buying anything else. I'm certain if all this COVID crap didn't happen, that they'd probably be buying up even more stuff. We would be reporting on like having opinions on them buying even more stuff now.
They bought like a Slumhouse Productions.
Yeah, they bought this, they brought that. Who knows? You know what I mean? But Disney doesn't do R-rated content, as we know. You know what I mean? They've been buying up everything, and inside of all this stuff that they're buying is a lot of R-rated content. And that R-rated content, such as Deadpool, what we just spoke about, it's kind of getting thrown in the fucking in the trunk. You know what I mean? The back burner, dude. It's just like sitting there.
So then I don't know. You want to call it conspiracy or not? Whatever. So do you think that's them kind of shutting that genre out?
I think it's just Disney going fucking taking over and keeping with their brand and their image. But I do believe there's somebody somewhere.
Why would you buy that brand if you're not going to do something with it?
Because they're taking what they can take from it, and they're focusing on what they're focusing on right now, such as like Marvel's their big thing. You know what I mean? So they're buying up everything that has to do with Marvel, and then everything that else that's in that production, in that studio, in that category. Just like we're just gonna put it. We'll figure that out later. You know what I mean? We got what we wanted from this. We'll figure everything out later. But now they're saying supposedly that all of these things that they're purchasing that are in the back burner, rumors suggest that they may be in talks to find a way to do something with these R-rated films. Maybe upcoming,
why not
and
do
also
like
stuff
Disney,
that's already sitting.
Why not do like a Disney R, right?
Yeah, I think that's what's happening. According to Bill Hunt.
Let it be like an umbrella.
Yeah, according to Bill Hunt from the Digital Bits, Disney is looking for a way to alter their platform to make room for said content. So I wonder if that's going to be like a section on D+, or a separate streaming service for the R-rated stuff that you
got to be a certain age to watch. Et cetera.
Being that Disney's so weird about not, you know what I mean, not having certain like R-rated things and content. But if that's the case, is it going to be, like I said, is it going to be a section on D+? That you can get into,
or is it going to be,
a separate, like, you know what I mean? That they call it something different, and don't
but
attach the Disney name to it. Even
well, they probably are. They're going to say like Disney production or something. Like,
I'm sure, obviously, Disney will be attached to it, but they won't. I don't think they're going to have Disney as the forefront because they don't want to hurt their brand and image of being Disney. Because when you think of Disney, right away, how many happy thoughts come to mind? You know what I mean? That they try to portray. You know what I mean? The Disney effect, dude. You know. But if that's the case, I wonder if they do take a new streaming route with it, are we gonna have to pay for that one too? Probably, right?
I would hope not, but
we all know.
But just look what happened when they closed their parks, right?
Yeah.
How much revenue, how much money they lost. They're trying to make it up.
Oh
somehow.
yeah, they're gonna
make it up.
But I mean, it would be, especially in this time, like you just said, with all the money, it would be stupid for them to not do something with all of these movies that they just have sitting here. It would be dumb from a business standpoint. Why don't they just make, like, it's still Disney, but they make a new production studio for their R-rated films and they don't call it
something
Disney.
else? Yeah.
Just call it something else. And yes, it'll probably say somewhere a Walt Disney company, a Disney company.
They'll have to put it in the end credits.
They have to, yeah, because that's the mother branch, you know what I mean? But just make something else, call it something else, because you guys are, like, eating up all these productions that have R-rated films, and you're not doing anything with them, or you're ruining them by not doing anything with the new
like
ones.
Nerfing them
I'm talking
or something.
about you're not doing anything with them as far as like previous stuff, and you're not doing anything with them as far as new coming stuff like Deadpool.
Or they change the story altogether. That kind of just throws the whole franchise off.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. You guys let us know. What would you pay for an R-rated? I guess you could. I guess I'm gonna word this weird because I don't know. Would you pay for an R-rated? Yeah, it'd basically be like a Disney OnlyFans account. Would you pay for another streaming service?
Yeah. Tune in here.
Here's a way to put it. Would you pay for another streaming service from Disney for their R-rated content? Would you pay for it?
That's perfect.
That's a way to say it. You know what I mean? Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, for liking, for sharing, for commenting, for doing all of those things that you do on the YouTube. It goes. And make sure when you go to youtube.com/Side Project Podcast, you hit that subscribe button, okay? It's the big red button. It says subscribe. And hit the bell so you can get notified. You hit those things and it goes, oh, choo-choo! Sexy train. And you get 100 project points to you and everybody around. Or you can just be selfish. You can throw them in your pocket. You keep them, throw them in your piggy bank. Do whatever you want with them, dude. You can rub them on your nipples. What the hell was that? Did you hear that? I wonder if that'll come up on the recording or not. Thank you guys for listening on Apple, on Google, on Spotify, and all those things that you listen on when you rate and you review us and all those things that you do. We thank you guys from the bottom. I haven't done it for a while. I just realized that. From the bottom of our hearts, Juice. Let them know where they can find
Captain _Juicebox, a.k.a. the Call of Duty God, man.
And if you're looking for me, you can find me at IG Hates Chazzy. We got to get some COD in tonight, actually. Yeah. And if you're looking for us as a whole, you can find us at Side Project Podcast.
And shout out to the Console Kids. I'll make that clickable Only Tells account link very soon.
You guys go watch the Console Kids or go listen to the Console Kids. Console Kids on Instagram, the Console Kids podcast on Apple and all those good things. We are on it. We were on one of their episodes, but not even just our episode. Just go listen to them in general. Juice, I'm rambling. Hit them with the pistols, man.